Hey Sherry, it's Logan Stout at Perkins Motorplex in Mayfield. We're going to walk around this Chevy 1500 High Country Silverado that you and I texted about and talked about a little bit. I believe you're talking to your husband about it as well. It is, man, it's extremely clean, extremely nice. I just got to drive it a little bit, check it out real good, so we'll do a video on it. To give you an idea where I'm at, I am outside our reconditioning facilities here in Mayfield. The American flag you see off in the distance there, that is where our lot is located, where, you know, the traditional car lot look is. I just pulled it back here to get us a little space. And yes, I did get to drive it a little bit, took it on the highway just to check it out, and I'm extremely pleased. One thing I noticed with those Duramax diesels that are in the 1500s, the 3-liter, they shift out so smooth, and the miles per gallon on them is great. Of course, we always hear that, but it's nice to drive one and test it out for myself and see, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's start with the wheels and tires. You know, all of our vehicles get grace. None of them are going to be perfect. We don't expect anything to show up here and be scratch-free, spot-free, all that. But this one, I mean, this is one that kind of sells itself. We're going to start with the wheels and tires, and I'm going to point out anything that I see on it that's maybe out of the ordinary. These are Goodyear Wrangler tires, kind of like an all-terrain tread to them. Really, really nice. In fact, yeah, they are labeled as an AT. Boy, it's awfully close to a highway tread, but I guess it falls in that AT category. They are at probably 70-80% tread, somewhere around in there. Really, really good. Maybe even a little better than that. I certainly don't want to oversell, but yeah, those are really, really good shape. So several years of driving before you'd have to do anything with those. And I did learn that this truck is a local trade-in, so I love that. We'll know a little bit more of the history on it. All I got to do is talk to the salesman that traded it in, and they'll be able to tell me, you know, what the folks bought, why they traded it in, all that good stuff. But really, really good on the wheels and tires. I'm not seeing curb rash. Like I said, 70, probably more like 80% tread on those tires. Really, really good. All right, down the driver's side, I'm not seeing waviness in the paint. Major dings, scratches. I think there's a spot up here courtesy of a bird that was hitting us on the car lot earlier. It's been rinsed off a little bit. Nothing in the way of major dings and scratches. Looking at it kind of top to bottom, front to back here. Across the tailgate, of course, we've got a real nice trifecta. It's a tri-fold bed cover, really good shape there. I'll show that to you here in just a second. Parking sensor straight ahead. One little spot there above the hitch. And that's about it. It looks like there's one right here where maybe the tailgate was opened down onto something. Pretty common to see some dings around here. So this is one of those automatic tailgates. Nice and easy letdown. There is inside that really nice bed cover, spray-in bed liner. It's got your releases right here, lets you tri-fold from there. And this is an auto down and an auto up tailgate. So love that. Everything latches nicely there, even with the bed cover. That's something we see sometimes. If the bed cover's installed incorrectly or is the wrong size or just a cheap one, it'll block this from shutting automatically, but not the case. Not the case on this one. Passenger side, again, I don't want to oversell the truck, but I'm just not seeing a whole lot in the way of blemishes to point out, which most high country owners in this area, with it being a local trade-in, that's kind of the way they treat the truck, is they take really good care of it. One small ding right there, just notice that one. It's been touched up very nicely, matches good. But chrome is in great shape. Headlights, fog lights, everything looks good. Really, really good. All right, let's go to the inside. As good as the outside is, the inside may be even better. There's no smoke smell. Look at all the space back here. Doors are in good shape. No rips or tears in the leather. I said no smoke smell. There's no smells of any kind. No animal, anything like that. Not seeing fur or hair. We see that even after they've been detailed. If it had a dog in the back that was shedding, it's gonna be there still. or at least the remnants of it. And seat backs are in good shape. Charging ports, everything's good to go here. Bose sound system, got your high country kick plate there. Nice solid running boards there, wide steps. I love that. Some of the running boards are so narrow, I'm like, I can't even use that. All right, so it's got your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, all the technology on it. And your navigation, of course, the built-in navigation if you don't want to use your phone. So this is an extremely responsive operating system. When Chevy, GM went to this, they just knocked it out of the park. Everybody loves it for good reason. They haven't had really hardly any issues out of it. Let's throw the reverse in real quick just so we see the backup camera. Got your tow lines if you want them. And you've got the camera looking straight down at the hitch if you're still doing some towing. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. So on just the drive that I did, and I did stop and go, and then I hit the interstate real quick, went down an exit. I got 21. Obviously, I could have drove it a little more conservatively. I always want to brake a little harder. I want to do all those things when I drive it real quick just to make sure we're good. I'm not feeling any vibrations or anything. So there's that. But I noticed previous owner had not ever reset trip number 2. So that 53,456 miles. And look at the average miles per gallon with 53,000 miles on the truck. It was averaging almost 23 miles per gallon. So that would be highway, city, everything. That means this thing's going to average out around 25 on the highway and about 21 in the city, which is incredible for 1500. So that 3-liter Duramax, that's as good as I've seen. And that also speaks to the truck hasn't been towing a whole lot, hasn't been driven real hard. That is a really good sign. So I love that. 53,000 miles on it. That means it's going to qualify for our factory type total care as well. And you got heated and cooled seats here. The wireless phone charger, both passenger and driver seat are power seats, and it's not just a front and back power seat. That is an up, down, front, back power seat. So that is I believe they call that the 6-way. So really nice. No sunroof. Headliner's in great shape though. No rips, tears, stains, anything like that. You got your garage door opener controls there. Power sliding back glass. Very, very nice. It does have adaptive cruise, heated steering wheel to go with it, all that good stuff. Of course, it's 4-wheel drive with your dual climate controls as well. Oh, almost forgot. It has 2 key fobs and remote start as well, and that works. I use that to start the truck. So everything really, as far as like little ads and things like that, most high country owners have a nice set of floor mats in there. No floor mats in this one. We do get the 2 key fobs. A lot of our vehicles come with 1 key fob and no floor mats. So you got the 2 key fobs, but you know, like I said, most high country owners are buying a nice set anyway, WeatherTechs or the Chevy rubber mats, as opposed to the factory carpet mats that it comes with. So there you go. Let me know what questions that you have. Could not be more pleased with this one. This is, you know, not all used vehicles are created equal. Some are harder to sell than others. This one sells itself.